freedom freelancing formula consists of identifying, attracting, avoiding, earning, and detaching. Let me explain. First of all, identify. You need to identify your hard skills because otherwise you won't be able to know your value in today's market. You won't know how much to charge as a freelancer. You won't know if you have enough experience for those skills. Now I'll take Naut as an example, who I shared this method with as well. He was a fresh graduate and he was basically a data scientist without any professional work experience. Yet he landed his first freelance project within 4 months because he identified the skills he had and he knew how valuable he was in the market. But you also need to identify your skills because if you're working a 9-to-5 job right now, there's a big chance your employer has given you a job title. And usually it's some kind of funky, cool, sexy sounding job title. Like for example, when I worked at Heineken, I was called an IT performance consultant. But when I identified the skills I actually had, Power BI, SQL, and Python, I figured I'm actually a data analyst. I don't care if they give me a very sexy name like IT performance consultant. You know what? I'm going to change my LinkedIn profile so it says I'm a data analyst because I had the skills that a data analyst has. So when recruiters and potential clients look for me on LinkedIn, for example, they would use the term data analyst and not IT performance consultant. Which brings me to step 2, attract. People highly underestimate the power of LinkedIn. Basically, you can optimize your LinkedIn profile in such a way that it becomes a magnet to recruiters, freelance projects, potential clients. But the thing is, most people don't know how to do this on LinkedIn. 90% of tech recruiters, when looking for freelance tech professionals, use LinkedIn as their search engine. And LinkedIn is a search engine, so you want to do search engine optimization, LinkedIn SEO. You want to be in the top results when people look for data analysts or whatever your profession is. So basically, by tweaking your LinkedIn profile, you can become a magnet to opportunities. And let alone the fact that if you know how to write engaging posts on LinkedIn, for example, you can attract so many eyeballs to your post and therefore your profile. And I'll bet your ass some of those eyeballs are potential clients and recruiters looking for freelance tech professionals. But most people don't know how to use LinkedIn properly. And this brings me to step 3, avoid. Avoid the 3 L's. Lack of knowledge, laziness, and lack of community. So lack of knowledge, knowing all these tips and tricks on how to optimize your LinkedIn profile or where to find the highest paid freelance jobs. But also laziness. So maybe you do know how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, but you just lack the execution. You're lazy, you're procrastinating. Maybe you know you should apply to this freelance job, but you're just not doing it because it's not hurting you enough yet. And then there's lack of community. Most successful freelancers get their projects through their network, the network that they've built up. So if you're not building up your network, if you're not maintaining your network, you're not going to get the highest paid freelance jobs. Now, step 4, earn. Basically, once you start working your freelance project and you earn a decent amount of income, that's where you start earning money and investing money, which brings me to step 5. Now you can focus on detaching your time from money. So as a freelancer, you're still always trading your time for money, meaning you can never make passive income. You'll always have to trade your time for money. But step 6 is all about detaching your time from money. That's when we talk about building a business you actually like, building a life where you don't need to retire from, whether it's solopreneurship, side hustles you actually like doing. Maybe you want to build an app, write a book, create a movie, start a YouTube channel, whatever it is. Now you have the capital and the resources to actually start focusing on the last step, detaching your time from money. And that's the freedom freelancing formula. So now you know the exact same steps I took to become a freedom freelancer. And it's the exact same steps Oliver took to land his first contracting job, earning him more than 20K a month, working 100% remotely from anywhere in the world. And you can do the same thing.